standing in front of all you guys. Okay, ni hao ma, everybody. Those of you who don't know what that means, that's how are you doing in Chinese. And that's one of the most common phrases in the Chinese language, if not the most common. Everybody says it every day, and it's really just generally out there. It's like saying hi or what's up. And I think I'd like to talk about common because with me I have one of the most common artifacts in the Chinese culture, a pair of chopsticks. And I like to talk about how chopsticks are essential and symbolic in the Chinese community, and I also like to teach you about how valuable chopstick is and just overall the history about Chinese culture, because I think it's really important to know. So that being said, I like to talk about an article that Stephanie Butler wrote on history.com. She says that chopsticks were originally created in the early Qi dynasty in China. Actually, they were created in stone pots, or well, created to be used for cooking in stone pots, and you'd actually use them like this in stone pots. And you wouldn't use them to eat, you just use them to cook. And actually, it wasn't until later in the Ming Dynasty, which is actually a couple hundred years later, where you would actually use them to eat. Now, let's fast forward to today, where people are using all sorts of beautiful creations, inventions, and ways for chopsticks. Like, I think it was last week I had some friends over, and we actually were playing this game called Rock Band. Does anybody know what Rock Band is? Yeah. We didn't have a pair of drumsticks, so my friend decided to go into one of my drawers and grab a pair of chopsticks and use chopsticks as drumsticks. It's fun. Anyway, I just want to say how beautiful it really is to just talk about just the creative uses of chopsticks. I think it really represents the Chinese culture as a whole, because Chinese culture, everybody has just created so much simplicity, elegance, and just overall genius, because I think the inventions such as fireworks and pyrotechnics and so much other things have just inspired me. And I've always been inspired by just creativity and probably just beauty. I take beauty into simple things, and I think that's really meaningful. And to talk about simple things, I'd like to also tell you a story about this kid who was born just 15 minutes of where we are in a town called San Diego, California. This morning he put on black jeans and black shirt, and he was breathtakingly nervous and didn't sleep at night because he tried to prepare for this presentation that he was doing so horrible on. His father came from China, and his father came on a boat to America to give his family a chance, and he raised both of his children in America for the ways of China. He just loves his children so much, and he wanted to teach them the cultures and the ways of China, and he wanted to inspire them to do well and to fight hard and to just carry the traditions of China, because he believes that Chinese person in America is given a chance, and that chance is something that he never had, and he wanted to give it to us. For that, I want to say thank you to him every day. I want to say that the Chinese culture has given me so much inspiration to do well. I can't really express how happy I am for all the opportunities that I can get, and how I can show off how I can be talented as well. Just like these chopsticks here that are just two pieces of wood, I feel that I am no more than just two pieces of bone. These two shins are just, I feel like they are also nothing more than just a piece of the shin. But on top of that, there's layers of meat, skin, and soul that make so much of me, and I feel that I could could do so much in this world, that all I'm lacking is just a chance. So that being said, in conclusion, I think that Chinese culture is one of the most beautiful things. I talked about how my story influenced my life, how my dad's stories influenced my life. I talked about how nervous I am, and I talked about how the Chinese culture evolved and how history has changed things throughout. I also want to go back to the story of chopsticks. I'd like to say that chopsticks are so simple, so elegant, and so beautiful, and they represent so much in this world, and I don't know where I'd be without them. Thank you.